Terri Savelle. I'm so glad you're watching today. I want to talk to you about 5 ways successful people set goals. There's a way to set goals, the right way and the wrong way. Well, I believe this is your year to push past your previous limitations. Make this your year that you achieve your goals. You know, the Apostle Paul actually said, this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching for those things which are ahead. He said, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling. Well, what was the mark? The mark is the goal. It's the bullseye. You have to have goals and bullseyes and targets that you're reaching towards this year. Well, you know, we can have all kinds of limitations and things that stop us. And I was reading one time where Napoleon Hill, he talked about reasons that dreams go unfulfilled, such as number 1 is lack of a well-defined goal. Well, you've heard the phrase, if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. You have to have a well-defined goal. Number 2 is lack of ambition to aim above mediocrity. Well, I remember one time I heard this phrase that average is as close to the bottom as it is the top. We don't want to be average. Number 3 is insufficient education. The Bible actually says that people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Well, when we stop learning, we stop growing. When you stop growing, you start dying. So, insufficient education can stop you from reaching your goals. Number 4 is indifference. That's just a willingness to just tolerate whatever happens. Just whatever happens, I just accept it. No, what you tolerate, you'll never change. Number 5 is indecision. That means just the habit of letting other people make the decisions for your life. Well, I remember hearing T.D. Jakes say one time, there's nothing more powerful than a made-up mind. That's where you make a decision. This is going to be my year. I am pushing past those previous limitations. Starts with a decision. Number 6 is worry. Always afraid of what could happen if you step out and you take a risk. Just letting fear, doubt, and worry stop you from achieving your goals. Number 7, he said procrastination. That's where you have that mindset of always thinking tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to get serious about my dreams. Tomorrow's the day I'm going to develop discipline. Well, Jimmy Lyons said tomorrow is the only day in the year that appeals to a lazy man. That's pretty serious, isn't it? I'll start tomorrow. And finally, number 7 is a lack of persistence. You know, my favorite preacher, Jerry Savelle, he says if the devil knocks you down 7 times, get up 8. That means you're willing to do whatever it takes to see that dream achieved. Well, those are just some of the reasons that dreams and goals go unfulfilled. Well, I'm sure by now you've probably heard of the SMART goals technique. Now, in my book on Dream It, Pin It, Live It, I break apart the SMART technique. That's just an acronym used for setting goals, the SMART. Now, obviously the S is specific, that you've got to bring clarity to what you want to accomplish. Now, these are the ways successful people set goals. To be specific, that means instead of just saying, I will save money this year, which I can guarantee most people who set New Year's goals, resolutions, one of them was save money, but they weren't specific. The right way to set that goal is to say, I will save $6,000 by December 31st. That means I'm going to save $500 a month. So you have to break it apart, be very specific. Number 2 is measurable. This is where you can truly measure whether or not you hit a goal. So, you know, one of the top 10 New Year's goals are lose weight. Well, that's not very measurable because you need to be specific by saying, I will weigh 120 pounds by May 15th. Now, that's something you can measure. Let's say you weigh 130. You can measure whether or not you reach that goal. Number 3 is action-oriented. Now, it's helpful when you use action verbs behind your goals. Instead of just saying, you know, I will lose weight, I will work out, if you actually add some specifics to that and make it action-oriented by saying things like, I will walk for 20 minutes 5 days a week. That just gives you more clarity about what you're going to tackle to achieve your goal. I will walk on my treadmill for 20 minutes 5 days a week. The fourth one is to be realistic. Now, if your goals are too big, then it's going to set yourself up for failure. You know, if every goal that you set is so big that it's like, you know, maybe you haven't saved money in years and all of a sudden you're saying, I'm going to save $20,000. Well, you need to be more realistic. Unless you have a pretty good salary, you need to be more realistic. In fact, most success coaches say that you need to set your goals with a 50% chance of probability. That means, let's just say that you, instead of saying, I'm going to save $50,000 and maybe your salary is $70,000, that's a little unrealistic. You would say, I'm going to save 10% of my current salary. If it's $70,000, then you would say $7,000. So make for sure your goals are realistic. And the last one is a timeline. Deadlines are motivating. You've got to put a timeline behind your goals. So, they say when you set goals, you should always answer 2 questions. How much and by when? You want to lose weight? How much by when? You want to save some money? How much by when? So put a deadline to your goal by saying things like, I will save $6,000 by December 31st. And make for sure not all of them are a deadline of December 31st, because that just increases procrastination and it makes you put everything off till that last quarter. And maybe by then you're not even motivated. So just make for sure they do have a deadline. Now, I want to give you 2 more hints that I think are vitally important to you achieving your goals this year. Number 1 is see your goals consistently. You need to put them somewhere in sight. Don't put them in a dresser drawer. Don't put them in the back of a notebook that you never refer to. I challenge people to make vision boards, get vision books, put it on your screensaver, put it somewhere in sight, put it on your mirror. Put the vision board somewhere where you're going to see it every single day, because it is true, out of sight, out of mind. The second thing is speak to your dreams every day. The most successful people in the world, they speak to their dreams. They realize, some of them don't even know it comes from God's word. God's the one who said, we call things that be not as though they already are. Well, when you speak to your dreams, you're giving life to them. You're releasing your faith for God to do the impossible. So see your dreams consistently and speak to your dreams every day. Just make it a part of your routine. And let me close out with this quote. Robert Schuller said, goals are not only absolutely necessary to motivate us, they are essential to really keep us alive. That goes hand in hand with Proverbs. Where there is no vision, the people perish. So I believe this is your year to set goals the right way, push past all previous limitations, and live your dreams. If you're enjoying this, share it with a friend. Please subscribe to the podcast so every week you're getting consistent encouragement. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter so I can keep you motivated to achieve your dreams. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. I believe that what you do at the beginning of the year sets the tone for the rest of the year. That's why I'm excited to invite you to the next conference. That's our Success Conference here in Plano, Texas, January 20th and 21st. This is going to provide all the tools you need to help you succeed in life, in ministry, or business. My special guests this year include Esther Federkevich. She is one of the best literary agents, publishing experts. My other guest is Billy Epperhart. Now, he is an amazing success teacher. He teaches at Andrew Womack's Business School, and he's going to help you learn how to build wealth. Now, you have to register quickly. I believe we're going to sell out again this year. Space is limited. Tickets are going to sell out fast, so be sure and register for the next conference.